Hello, friends. Today, you're about to see the top 20 most beautiful people of all time. Faces that changed history, drove entire nations mad, and still remain icons of beauty. 1. Helen of Troy, the legend that launched a war. She was not simply called a beauty, but a true wonder of antiquity. Golden hair cascading in waves, a face seemingly carved from marble, with a gaze mixing passion, melancholy, and unattainability. She could enchant a king and shatter an empire with just a smile. Men risked their lives for her hand, and women envied her beauty, which seemed almost superhuman. But behind the legend lay a personal drama, for even the greatest beauty does not guarantee happiness. 2. Antinous, youth that became myth. He stunned with his harmony, wavy dark hair, delicate facial features, a gaze full of mystery and gentle sorrow. The greatest sculptors of the empire immortalized his beauty. Antinous seemed made not for earthly life, but for art and eternal remembrance. His sudden death only strengthened his aura of unattainability. Antinous became the symbol of that pure, ideal youth humanity has sought in every age. In his face is captured an eternal spring, impossible to forget and even harder to recapture. 3. Cleopatra, the magic of passion and power. She could change the fate of empires just by appearing in a doorway. Her eyes were huge, deep, passionate, her lips always slightly ironic, her hair adorned with gold and jewels. But her true strength lay not only in her beauty, but in her extraordinary charisma, intelligence, and ability to rule even the most powerful men. Cleopatra was the embodiment of the ancient dream of a woman who could conquer the world not by force, but by beauty and wit. Her look, filled with passion and mystery, could take the breath away from even the mightiest rulers. 4. Nefertiti, perfection in every line. Her profile still seems flawless. A slender, long neck, pronounced cheekbones, a calm, regal smile, a majestic gaze. Her bust is not just a work of art, but a true formula of harmony that people have sought to recreate for 3,000 years. In every line is calm and strength, making Nefertiti a symbol of beauty and dignity for all civilizations. Her beauty appears frozen outside of time, remaining a standard for new eras. 5. Lucrezia Borgia, the fatal beauty of the Renaissance. She combined a pure, almost angelic loveliness with a sharp and cunning mind. Delicate skin, golden hair, large bright eyes that could turn steely in an instant. Her smile lingered in memory, and her gaze could both forgive and punish. Lucrezia inspired poets and frightened politicians. Her beauty, like her era, was both light and shadow. In her allure, one sensed a mysterious danger, the very kind that changes history with a single glance. 6. Vladislaus of Varna, the prince who became the ideal of chivalrous beauty. He was called the king with the face of an angel. Tall, fair-haired, with piercing blue eyes, manly, and at the same time wonderfully young. His kindness and nobility won over even those who stood against him in battle. Contemporaries wrote that his beauty and courage inspired poets, artists, and travelers. His early death made Vladislaus a symbol of lost youth that never grows old. In his eyes was preserved a bright hope that even the cruelty of war could not overshadow. 7. Elizabeth Thras Tudor, the image of power in a woman's body. She chose to look like a legend, fiery hair, porcelain skin, stern, piercing eyes that could stop a plot with a single glance. Elizabeth had known the price of power since childhood, And so in every jewel, in every pose, there was the unwavering resolve of a monarch and the drama of an actress. She turned female beauty into both weapon and shield, and went down in history as a symbol that true beauty can sometimes be formidable. Her posture and refined gestures became the emblem of greatness, respected even by her enemies. 8. Madame de Pompadour, the music of French refinement. She was compared to a porcelain figurine, flawless skin, delicate features, graceful hands, a lively sparkle in her eyes. Pompadour had a certain magnetism. Her presence was felt instantly in any room. She set the style for all of France. Hairstyles, makeup, manners. Even portraits cannot convey the living charisma that allowed her to win the king's heart and shape an entire world of aesthetics. Her name became synonymous with an age when beauty was an art and elegance a way of thinking. 9. Alexandra Feodorovna, the pearl of northern imperial balls. She truly resembled an ancient statue. Long tresses, deep gray eyes, flawless skin, a calm yet sensual beauty. Her walk and manners were the benchmark for court ladies, and her severity and nobility an example for generations to come. Alexandra was the queen of both cold and tenderness. This was precisely the beauty that was fashionable in the northern capitals at the start of the 20th century. In her figure, one felt the grandeur of aristocracy and the fragility of a woman's heart. 10. Lola Montez, the fatal dancer, with passion in her eyes. She was like a storm, dark curls, an intense gaze, brown eyes that shone with a thirst for life. Her dance captivated more powerfully than any words, and her smile could seduce even the sternest king. Lola lived as she pleased, freely, emotionally, openly, leaving only legends and memories in her wake. She was a muse for millions, a woman remembered with both a whisper and awe. Even her shadow left a mark on the heart of anyone who glimpsed this whirlwind of beauty. 11. Mona Lisa, the smile that conquered the world. Her face is a riddle that people have tried to solve for 5 centuries. Soft lines, harmonious features, the legendary smile that inspires both delight and unease. Mona Lisa's gaze is calm, yet seemingly full of deep personal mystery. She is not simply a portrait, but an entire image of female beauty, at once open and unattainable. It was this woman who became the symbol of an era and the inspiration for millions. Her gaze seems to invite the viewer into her own universe, where the line between dream and reality disappears. 12th, Giulietta Massina, the charm and sincerity of the Italian soul. Her large brown eyes glowed with kindness, and her smile blossomed with honesty and vulnerability. Giulietta was a living sun on screen, her expressions and gentleness enchanting directors and audiences alike. She had no icy beauty, only a soul and sincerity that touched the heart immediately. That's why her looks were considered the model of real femininity, far removed from artificial perfection. In her gaze was a tenderness that could warm even the loneliest heart. 13. Vivian Leigh, the English queen of passion and grace. Her emerald eyes could express passion, pride, and gentle sadness all at once. Vivian charmed with every feature, the perfect oval of her face, delicate lips, flawless posture. In Gone with the Wind, she turned the female image into a myth. She was not just beautiful, but a true muse for directors and artists who wanted to immortalize such unearthly beauty. Her face still represents classic femininity, a standard millions aspire to. 14. Rita Hayworth, the Hollywood goddess with copper hair. Rita's gaze was fiery, piercing. Her smile promised danger and sweet madness. She became the symbol of female sensuality in the 1940s. Wavy copper hair, full lips, graceful movements. Rita captivated not just men, but an entire cinematic style. Turning her image into an eternal standard of allure, she embodied the very passion of her era, and each appearance was an explosion of emotion on screen. 15. Claudia Cardinale, the sun of Italy in a single glance. Her dark eyes sparkled with mischief, while her luxurious hair and olive skin gave her a unique charm. Claudia embodied wild yet noble beauty, unforgettable in every way. Her smile, wide, sincere, alive, filled everyone around her with the energy of life. She became a muse for Fellini, Visconti, Leone, and a symbol of an era where beauty meant confidence and uniqueness. Her beauty is the true sun of Italy, one that never sets in the hearts of her admirers. 16. Ginger Rogers, the smile of America, light as a dance. Her fair, wavy hair always gleamed in the spotlight, and her long, slender legs became the standard for generations of dancers. Ginger was more than just a beauty. She embodied freedom, grace, self-assurance. Her smile could melt the sternest heart, and every movement, even the slightest, looked elegant and effortless. Audiences admired her refinement, her sense of celebration, and true femininity. That's how Ginger remains in cinema history. 17. Greta Garbo, the icy aristocrat of the silver screen. High cheekbones, a cold, silvery gaze, restrained emotions, and an aristocratic profile. All these created her legendary image. Garbo didn't act roles. She seemed to transport the viewer into her own mysterious world. Even in silence, her face told stories of love and loneliness, and her lips always retained a subtle hint of irony. She was called the Swedish enigma, unattainable yet extraordinarily desirable to the entire world. 18. Alexander the Great, the commander with a divine appearance. In addition to his strategic genius, Alexander possessed a look that captivated contemporaries. Fair curls, large eyes, a proud face, and athletic figure. His image adorned coins, frescoes, and sculptures across the Hellenistic world. Alexander was considered the embodiment of ideal masculine beauty, brave, refined, and at the same time majestic, as befits the conqueror of empires. 19th. Brigitte Bardot, the French icon of youth and freedom. Her golden hair flew like sunlight, and her full lips and large eyes instantly set trends. Bardot was part teenager, part goddess, innocence combined with irrepressible sensuality. Her style, lightness, naturalness, a touch of rebellion, and a lot of sunshine, became the new ideal for an entire era. Every public appearance caused a sensation, and her photographs graced the covers of every fashion magazine. 20. Audrey Hepburn, the symbol of elegance and simplicity. She was slender, almost transparent, with a long neck, huge eyes, and a sincere, childlike smile. Audrey never tried to look sexy, but in every gesture there was such genuineness, warmth, and aristocracy that millions fell in love at first sight. She became an ideal for women who value not just appearance, but inner light. Audrey is still considered the embodiment of that beauty which never ages with time. Which story or image touched you the most? Write in the comments, because art lives on as long as it evokes emotion.